Hare Krishna everyone. So welcome all for the Sunday Feast program. So today's lecture was actually supposed to take by Her Grace Brajadevi Mataji, but somehow she was not well and at the last moment I had to keep leaving. So I'm not well prepared, so excuse me if I make any mistakes or doesn't talk sense. Okay. Anyways, we have some new visitors over here. So may I know your names?
I'm
Louis?
Jack.
Jack.
I'm Joe.
Joe?
And I'm also Joe.
Also Joe. We have double Joes.
Bunch.
Sorry?
Bunch.
Bunch. You have been here for
I've been here.
So what inspired you guys to come here?
I met with your, I met someone on the Elvis work
Very cool. Okay. So what made you to come over here? Just by meeting you don't come, isn't it?
Just the check. I was just interested in talking to us.
Okay, wonderful. Good. So you pulled your friends?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's not good, you have to.
Yeah.
It's called moral support.
Okay. So just to let you know what will happen in today's program. You had this half an hour singing, and we have maybe about 45 minutes of discussion, small discussion about Vedic topic. And afterwards we have something called Aarti. When Aarti we offer different aspects to the Lords. And when this is happening, we'll have another singing, but with dancing. And we don't end there, we have a feast. So it's a full feast of vegetarian meal. But the aspect of this meal is we offer this meal to the Lords before we eat it. So in a sense, it is a mercy of the Lord we tend to have. So to have a sense from the starting of the program to the ending of the program, every aspect is connected to the Lord. So please, it will go up to 6 o'clock. But that doesn't mean after 6 o'clock you have to immediately leave. We are many devotees here, we start discussing things. So please stay here, enjoy your stay, and hope you keep coming every week. So even before we can go into today's discussion, I just wanted to give a brief background about what exactly is ISKCON. So we call our organization as ISKCON. ISKCON is abbreviated, the full name is International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Right? It was specifically termed in that manner because the aspect of the central focus within the organization is to purify our consciousness. So consciousness, as per the Vedic scriptures or Bhagavad Gita, is an attribute of a soul, not the body. So in a sense, the organization aims to work on a platform of a soul, but not body. So we are, with the name of the organization itself, we want to establish that we are not these bodies, we are the souls, and whatever activities we are performing over in this organization is connected with the spiritual platform. But we term as Krishna consciousness. So Krishna, the word Krishna, the literal meaning of the word Krishna is all attractive. So why we call it as Krishna consciousness? Because we consider the Supreme Lord as all attractive. When I say all attractive, every person or every individual soul would be attracted to a Supreme Lord in different ways. Some may be attracted by the beauty of the Lord, some may be attracted by the creation of the Lord, some may be attracted by the knowledge of the Lord, some may be attracted by the secretiveness of the Lord, right? And because of that reason, every soul in this material world is trying to go towards Supreme Lord in one way or the other. So that's the gist of, if you take any major religions, that's the gist. You be God conscious, you have to do activities which can please the Lord, and you go back to the Lord. But the specific word Krishna highlights that the God is all attractive, that's why we are trying, and we are identifying Krishna to be the Supreme Lord. So, maybe you guys are new, but you would have got information about Hinduism or Vedas, etc. And there are different versions of Hinduism. Some people will say Hinduism has wide range of ideas, wide range of many gods, right? But to the surprise, the entire scriptures of Vedas goes to say that there is only one Lord, and in a way, is Vedas or the Hinduism is actually in truth is monotheism. Basically, you are concentrated about one person. So next, the term international society means it is open for everyone. We are not distinguishing based on a platform of a body. We are only seeking souls who are specifically interested to have self-realization as their aim. So that's why you see there are many branches or centers of ISKCON in UK as well as worldwide. In Africa we have, in China we have in Japan we have, in US we have, in India. And everywhere you go, you can find mixed or diverse range of personalities coming in, and nowhere there is a distinction of that you are a white, you are a black, you are a male or a female, you are a Chinese or an Indian. Because the main teaching, as I just said before, we are working on a platform of a soul, not on a body. Okay? So that's the brief thing I wanted to tell you. So based on that, for a part of discussion, we take reference to Bhagavad Gita. So each one of you have been given a book called Bhagavad Gita. So this is a book where Krishna, if you see in the top front page, there is a person sitting in a chariot. One person is a charioteer and another person is a warrior. The person who is sitting behind is Arjuna, who is in a battlefield, and the person who is sitting as a charioteer in front, riding the chariot, is Krishna. So it's a very rare event because the Supreme Lord is being a driver rather than the person being sitting in the chariot and being driven. Right? So he's taken a submissive servitor role in this particular episode of the discussion. So since you can see, there is this discussion which is happening in the midst of a war, and Arjuna tends to lose his composure and he is bewildered what is the right activity to do. Right? So just like us, we are so much bewildered sometimes what is the right activity to do. We may start questioning our knowledge, questioning our ethics, questioning our system. So same way Arjuna in midst of a battlefield was confused of what he is supposed to do. Then Krishna, who was a charioteer, starts to speak, and the conversation which has happened between Krishna and Arjuna is documented as Bhagavad Gita. So the word Bhagavad Gita, Gita means the song. The word Bhagavad Gita would refer as the song sung by the Lord. Okay? So it's very interesting over here because the first thing what Krishna speaks to Arjuna is again telling, you are not this body, you are the soul, and you need to perform on a platform of the soul. So since this forms the basis of a discussion, and sometimes it takes for us to a lifetime to understand this. So even it's a small conversation, but it's a big topic to discuss. But anyways, today I am going to discuss a specific sloka from 15th chapter, 18th sloka. So if you open your books, on the top hand they would say chapter 15, and afterwards each chapter would have numbers of slokas or the verses, and sorry?
You have to find the chapter of the contents of these books. It's not on the top right hand side.
Okay, you can take 15th chapter, sloka 18. Somebody can tell the page number.
734.
734.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so before we discuss, I just take the prayers and we'll have a small kirtan or a song, and afterwards we'll get into this particular discussion. Okay? So please follow the reading over there. So please repeat after me if possible. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari So we'll read about this yeah, 15.18. Yasmaksharam atitoham. Please repeat after me. Yasmaksharam atitoham. Aksharat apichota uttamam. Aksharat apichottamah. Atosmi loke vede cha. Atosmi loke vede cha. Praditah Purushottama. Praditah Purushottama. Yashmaksharam atitoham. Aksharat apichottamah. Atosmi loke vede cha. Pratitah Purushottama. Anybody wants to try one?
Yasmaksharam atitoham. Aksharat apikotama. Atosmi loke vedecha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Ratita Purushottama.
Ratita Purushottama. Svadevaksharamatito ham.
Yasmasharamatido ham.
Aksharadapichotama.
Aksharadapichotama.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Ratita Purushottama.
Ratita Purushottama. Yasmasharamatido ham. Aksharadapichotama. Atosmi loke vedecha. Ratita Purushottama. Yasmasharamatidoham. Aksharadapichotama. Atosmi loke vedecha. Ratita Purushottama.
Yasmaksharam
Atito.
atitoham.
Yasmasharam atitoham.
Aksharadapichottama.
Aksharadapichotama.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Pratita Purushottama.
Pratita Purushottama. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the Supreme Person. So, this sloka, the verse, it comes from the 15th chapter, and the 15th chapter is titled Purushottama Yoga, or the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Here, Lord Krishna is specifically highlighting that how he is beyond both the fallible and infallible. Fallible are the souls or people who make mistakes, right? Have a tendency of making mistakes. Anybody is there who is doesn't make any mistake? Okay, just me. Okay, fine. So every one of us have a tendency to make mistake. So in the way, because we are entrapped in this body, and the property of a body or the characteristic of a body is to get illusion or cheated, and because of this we tend to make mistakes. So that's why any person in this material world who is not self-realized, who is not spiritually cognizant, is considered fallible. Then Krishna also says he is infallible. So there are people who are spiritually realized, who know their eternal characteristic, eternal personality, and they don't make any mistakes. These are the liberated souls Krishna is mentioning. Krishna is telling that he is beyond this fallible and infallible personalities. And he's telling he is the greatest. So if somebody comes in front of you and says, I am the greatest, you know what we think, oh, this person has a lot of ego or something. But Krishna is being specifically highlighting this to Arjuna that he is the greatest and he is celebrated in the world and Vedas. Vedas becomes the authority of knowledge. Veda, the word meaning of Veda is in fact absolute knowledge. So Krishna specifically mentions that in the Vedas he is being celebrated as the person. But importantly what is telling is the Supreme Person, Purushottama. So every place in Vedas, Krishna is celebrated as Purushottama. Okay, now we'll keep this aside, this topic aside. So now I totally go into a different topic. So if you see the screen, I have made some slides, you can see some. So my question is, how many of you see Marvel movies? Only two? Two? All of you, right? So who is your favorite Marvel hero?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Anybody? No? Hulk? Does anybody become angry like Hulk?
Four.
Sorry?
Four.
Thor? Oh, because of the hammer?
No, because of he's just so happy and lovely and positive.
Happy and positive. What about you guys? Spider-Man? Ah, Gen Z's. You guys? Spider-Man.
I've never seen.
Never seen. Can't sit here. What about you?
I'm gonna say Captain America.
Captain America. You are odd man out. You are like the old guys. Okay. There is one person. Who is this guy?
Loki.
Loki.
I was gonna choose him.
Choose him. Why?
I was gonna choose him, but I thought,
Hmm.
no, I thought, not in the temple.
I know you don't like him because you like Thor and Thor.
No, I
No.
love Loki.
Okay.
But I thought in the temple, it's probably not.
But I am highlighting.
I was wrong.
But those who know the latest series of Loki, what he's doing is holding timelines. Right? In Marvel, is considered right now controlling times, different timelines. All is the lord of the times. Is that right? I don't know, I may be wrong, but I guess that's the theme.
So basically, the current timeline that was going got splintered off into loads of different ones, and they wanted to annihilate them. So to stop them from all being annihilated, you had to hold them all individually.
Good, so much of knowledge.
I told you I like Loki.
So my next question. Who is the lord of time in reality?
Krishna. Oh no, it's Rama. I don't know.
You don't know. You are not reading Bhagavad Gita then. You are watching too much of Loki. Okay. So, the reason I told you is there is a concept over here where even in different aspects of cultures, there are different demigods who assign themselves to controlling different elements of the world. Right? Same way, in Vedic literature, there are different elements in this world, material world which is created, and there is a different demigod who is assigned to rule that particular element. Okay? If you see on the thing, there are different demigods. I have tried to highlight it. So you have a fire, Agni Deva, who controls fire elements. The fire elements can be different things. It may be the smallest of fire or biggest of fire. The elements of this is controlled by fire god or Agni Deva. And there is Bhudevi. Bhudevi is called Mother Earth. So we consider the Mother Earth is a personality, and there is a presiding demigod or deity who controls the different aspects of Earth. So like that, we have demigods for ocean, demigods for rain, demigods for controlling different aspects in this material creation. But there is one element of creation which comes under direct realm of Krishna, that is time. So it's not Loki who is controlling time, it is Lord Krishna who actually controls time. In 11th chapter, Krishna, when he shows this universal form to Arjuna, he says, I am the time and the greatest destroyer of the worlds. So, in Vedic literature, the time is considered as not linear, but in fact as a circular aspect. Just like the weeks of the day, days of the week. Just like the days of the week, which starts from a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to Saturday, and we again come back to Sunday. Same way, Vedic literature considers the time is cyclic. So you have a summer, winter, summer, like 4 seasons, and the year comes, and we can see that another year comes. There is 4 seasons again. It's happening. But the important aspect over here is this time is dedicated to be controlled by agents of Krishna directly again. But though the Lord of the time is Krishna, he dedicates different aspects of time to different personalities. So, in Vedic literature, the time can be considered how the year changes in a form of, how the time goes by in a cycles in the form of a year, right? So if you go by the science, how does 1 year is considered completed? Does anybody know how does 1 year is completed? Sorry?
Earth's rotation
Earth's rotation
around the sun.
around the sun. Yes.
Sorry, revolution.
Revolution around the sun. Okay. So what happens is, just like the day, if you go see on the east side of the horizon, there is a sun coming, and as soon as the sun arises, we call the start of the day, and once the sun sets, it's almost considered the end of the day, right? Same way, how the year is calculated is, apart from seeing the sun, the background of the sun, they see the constellations in the sky. Right? If you see the picture, the earth is seeing the sun, the background of the sun you can see the Leo constellations. Right? So what happens, each day this constellation, when the sun is rising, the next day there is a 4-degree variation. Right? So what happens, each day the degree of constellation is rising 4 degrees higher. So what happens, this constellation at the background at the time of sunrise keeps changing. And the time taken for, let's say, the start of the year as Leo would be 360 days. Afterwards, you can get the same time, about 365 days, odd days. So this is considered as a solar calendar, solar year. Right? Now, if I replace sun with moon, and I try to capture the constellations, I don't see the same timeline. You get a different timeline. So if I want to see what, when does the Leo constellation come, after 1 year, after something like this, it comes at 350 days. So the solar calendar takes about 365 days, and your lunar calendar takes about 350 days. So this is the difference. 365 odd days, and the lunar calendar is 350 days odd days. So there is some deviation at 11.2 days actually. So now, each one of us make schedules, isn't it? Monday I want to do this, Tuesday you want to do this. Same way, in a professional organization, what will happen? You start to allocate a particular activity or to a particular responsible person, right? So I work at Durham University. So as an academic, I have been allocated to teach in your, Michaelmas term and Michaelmas term and some teaching in Easter. So that kind of responsibility of teaching in that particular term is being allocated to me. Same way, Krishna allocates each month to different personalities. So this month, like in lunar calendar, is given from January to February is considered a Magha Masa or Magha month, or February to March you get as Palguna, and like this it goes up to 12 months. And these 12 months have been named, and these 12 months have a definite characteristic in the Hindu calendar or a Vedic calendar. So those who are here, they know, those who have been following Krishna consciousness, all those activities, they know the month of Kartika is very auspicious, right? The auspicious month, and during that month many of us, we start following more austerities. We tend to offer the Lord with the lambs, and we have special prayers to it. The reason is, each month carrying a characteristic, the environment is also created across it. So just like even in English calendar, the month December, as soon as we say December, we start connecting it to Christmas, right? Or as soon as I say December or December, there is a picture we start making that will be a winter. We need to follow. There will be some Christmas tree put across, and we start. All those themes of activities happening. Same way in Easter, you have some other activity which is happening. So like this, each month, even in general day-to-day affairs, has some kind of characteristics. So like this, all of the months are actually dedicated, or a person is there for in charge in actual demigod sense. So as I said, Maga to Kartika, etc. So now what happens is, these demigods are working on a lunar calendar. So 350 days. But there is also a consideration of solar calendar, and there is a differentiation of 11 days every year. Right? So now, if I tell a particular timetable has to set, and if I tell you need to give a lecture for 1 hour, but I come and say you need to give a lecture for 1 hour, 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Right? So what will you do? What is that 5 minutes, 45 seconds? I will round it off to 1 hour. We do it, right? So let's say, like this, what we do is we tend to round off things. So like what happens? So that's why even these months are actually rounded off to 30 days. 30, 31, 30, 31, 30 days. Even in the responsibility taken by the demigods. Now what happens is that difference of 11 days is always coming in picture. Right? Now these 11 days has to be calculated somewhere. So keeping in this mind, I will ask you one thing. Okay? Now there is an event which is happening. It's a formal event, and the suit which you need to wear is, the black tuxedo or something like this. So, but somewhere you find a person coming with a different suit. So what do you feel that person? You feel odd person out, is it? What he has done, he has taken different patches of clothes, stitched as a suit, and coming. So what happens? You consider that person as an odd man out, right? Same way, in an organization where somebody is given responsibilities of giving patchworks, right? You do little bit of this, you do little bit of this, you do little bit of this. What happens? That person is not valued much, isn't it? So we always consider, okay, oh, this person is doing this, is Department of Science, Department of Physics, Chemistry. This person, Department of Mixture, he does all sorts of business. So always the person who is given mixture of things may not be given much of importance, right? Same way, to account this 11 days, whatever 11 days, to someone, so there is a particular month of which is considered as Adhika. Adhika means additional, and this is considered as an additional month which has to be accounted, and to consider that as to come approximately 30 days, this Adhika month or additional month comes every 32 months later. So these 32 months later, there is 1 month which comes, but there was no particular demigod who was ready to accept this month to rule. And that personality who was ruling was a young lady, young demigod, and she was given this mixed responsibility, right? Because there is no definitive timeline fixed across in scriptural manner, spiritual manner as well as material manner. Many of the activities conducted in this month was not considered fruity. So what happens? Many of the important auspicious occasions, like Kartika, any month, like some months are considered very auspicious for getting married in Hindu cultures. Some months are considered very auspicious for performing any strict yogic principles. Like Magha Masa is considered very auspicious for that. People used to take bath in cold water, do the austerities and all. But this month, the additional month, was not considered auspicious in any manner. So what happened? The person demigod who was ruling by this particular month was actually blasphemed by other demigods. They were teasing. Just like if you see this kind of a person coming on in the fashion, you start teasing, isn't it? So this demigod was actually teased by the demigods, other months, presiding deities of the other months, as well as, since there was no importance was given, many of the practitioners of spirituality started cursing this month. They said, oh, this month is not good. Whatever you do this month is not fruitful. So what happened? Naturally, this demigod got depressed. Right? We also become depressed, right? It's the age of depression. Not depression of economic, but mental depression. Right? So what will happen if we are depressed? We seek counseling. Right? Same way, this demigod seek counseling. She went to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the presiding deity, or the presiding deity for the entire creation. And she goes over there and she starts crying. And Lord Vishnu is crying, sees this crying of this demigod, and she doesn't understand what to do. Right? So Lord Vishnu, even though he is considered himself the supreme person, he goes to the actual supreme person, that is Krishna. He goes to Goloka, the topmost planet system in the spiritual world. And this demigod, she's crying. She's crying so much profusely that whatever somebody says, she's crying. I am getting insulted. I not have any value. She's so much depressed. Now Krishna is worried. This is Goloka Vrindavana. This is every place of topmost planet of Vaikuntha, and everybody has to be happy. And this demigod is crying. What should I do? Now he asks, what is the problem? What is this problem? Says, Krishna, I have been given this responsibility to take care of this additional month, Adhika Masa. And this Adhika Masa doesn't have any qualities. Everybody considers this is inauspicious. Every demigod is blaspheming me, and I don't know what to do with this particular month. Right? So now if there is Chinese punishment, they give. The Chinese punishment is you always have to take responsibility of a valueless thing. You may create something, they will destroy it, and you are making to do the same thing again and again. Right? So what happens? Same way, this demigod was so much upset that she started crying. What she does, she surrenders to Krishna. Right? Total surrender. Now, the greatness of Krishna is once you surrender to Krishna, right? He gives immense blessing. 4th chapter, 11th sloka, Krishna is telling, Ye etamam prapadyante. Krishna is telling, as and when you surrender, I proportionately, reward you. Right? This is very important sloka because the depth in which what happens in this sloka is very, very high, It said, if you give 1% to Krishna, Krishna reciprocates back with that 1%. Now you can see what is this 1%? Now imagine Krishna as Mahavishnu is sleeping and he's creating the cosmic universes. How does he create? He He doesn't have a laboratory. He does not mixing chemicals and creating some stuff. What he's doing, he's just lying, sleeping on his on a casual ocean, and simply by breathing in and breathing out, infinite number of universes is coming out of the pores, right? And what he does, he glances all this universe, and everything becomes sprung in life. That is the capacity. Now just imagine tomorrow morning you get up from your bed and you need to go for a job. No, you need to make arrangements. Your kids are coming, telling you want to cook, hungry. Just imagine you get that power. You get up, glance, and everything is ready. Right? Your office work is ready. Your project work is ready. What will you do? Every day you get up, you see and sleep. Right? That is not even our capability. We have to go, we have to work, we have to get. But Krishna's capability is that. What is that? He is just looking at things, is glancing, and everything comes into picture. Everything is manifested. Every aspect of creation is manifested. Now, this is the potency of Krishna. Now, even with that potency, just imagine you have to get up, prepare yourself, everything, cook, etc. And that is most of the 100% what you give. And Krishna's whatever glancing of the nature is not even 1%. Now Krishna's this sloka is telling, tamam prapadyante, just by offering Krishna some of your activities, 1%, Krishna is going to give that 1% reward. And that 1% is reward is Krishna's way, not our way. But the only thing which is hindering is faith. We always doubt that whether Krishna is going to reward me or not, Krishna is going to protect me or not. You can have a 9 to entire 24/7, you come to temple, do seva, service, cooking, all those things. But in your heart, if you don't have that faith on Krishna, the reward is not over there. Krishna is not looking for what we prepare and give. Krishna is Purna, complete. He doesn't need what cakes or rasgulla, whatever is prepared, is complete. Krishna is looking at the faith. Does this individual soul have faith on me at every given point of time? That faith even by increases by 1%, the reward is 1% of what Krishna's capability. Right? Now just imagine, as I said, he can create universe by a glance. That is not even 1%. Now what he can do with 1% of this? Right? Now this demigod has surrendered to Krishna. Krishna, please tell me. Now this Krishna is telling, okay, now that you have come, surrendered to me, from now on, this additional month would be called as Purushottama. Right? So if you go back to the sloka, I have 5 minutes. If you go back to the sloka, you are telling, I am transcendental, both beyond fallible, infallible, I am the greatest, and I am the Purushottama. So what is happening? This month of Purushottama would be considered as equivalent as Krishna. The qualities of this month, especially on spiritual level, is equivalent to Krishna. Right? Krishna is transcendental, this month is transcendental. Krishna is Satchidananda. Sat means eternal, Chit means knowledgeable, Ananda is blissful. Blissful, complete bliss. So, in this month, if we start performing services to Krishna, to please Krishna, then what happens? The rewards what you get is at the level of Krishna's capability. Just like a particular season is very fruitful for you to grow a particular seedling or a plant. Like spring, there is always a flourish of colors, of flowers, fruits, etc. But you don't see the seed in spring. You are going to see some 2-3 months back, right? Same way, here, what is happening is Krishna is so merciful that whatever we do, even a little bit, with sincerity, Krishna's mercy would be there on infinite level. It is said in month of Kartika, where we offer Damodara lamps, whatever happens, whatever we do, like if you are doing once, the reward is once. In Damodara month is 100 times. But in month of Purushottama is considered as 1 million times. Right? So, if anybody is doing 6 rounds, from today start doing 64 rounds. Right? If anybody is doing 16 rounds, from today 192 rounds. I'm just kidding. So, whatever you do it with full sincerity, full faith. But this is a month where you can always consider to do additional. Since it is considered as Adhika Masa, try to do little bit more. Right? So Krishna has also given the instructions. There are list of instructions what we can do. But if we discuss all those instructions, the Adhika Masa will become truly Adhika Masa and nobody will do it. So for that simplicity, Krishna has given, the great Acharyas have instructed us to do simple things. What is a simple thing? To offer a ghee lamp. Right? Just offer a lamp. We light our houses with different decorative items, etc. But what Krishna is telling, just offer me a lamp. Take a ghee lamp, go to the deities, show the ghee lamp to the deities, but beg for surrender, beg for mercy. Don't ask anything. It is that Krishna is a person who is not interested to be anything material or spiritual also. Right? Once you go and ask Krishna, oh, this is Adhika Masa, I am following this, please give me a beautiful car, money, all those things, he is not bothered. But as soon as you ask him, please give me service, he is very happy to give that blessing. But what is the use of service? Ananyas chintayanto mam ejana paripasate tesam nityabhiyuktamam yoga kshema vahamyam. Krishna is telling a person who is in constant service with him, he is going to take yoga kshema. Yoga means his well-being on conscious level. Kshema is his well-being. So if Krishna considers, okay, I am going to give you all prosperity, you don't need to work your 24/7 jobs also. Right? So, considering this, make use of this month. So, offer some ghee lamps, chant some extra rounds, be regular to temples, read Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita is the song sung by Krishna, and whenever you read Krishna's voice, Krishna's teachings, it pleases Krishna a lot. So, in this way, you can please Krishna very, very in a simple manner, right? I had a couple of more slides, but in the interest of time, I'm going to stop over here. So now we are going to sing a song after Aarti. Okay. So in the Aarti,
Half an hour, and then after that 15 minutes, so there's an offering of lamps and then.
okay. So I can take 2 questions.
When is the month?
Today.
No, it's not.
Yes.
See, brilliant.
So May 17th till next June 16th.
That's it.
Yeah, so anybody can offer his ghee lamps. Daily you can offer the lamps to the Lord. You don't need any special consideration for it. So please do it. Okay, any other questions? No? So we can stop here? Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, I noticed, which everybody else noticed too, on the board it said the solar
Yes.
there was 365 and the lunar was 350.
Yeah.
And you were saying there's a discrepancy of 11.
No, it's not exactly. I'm just some.
So I'm just, how often does this month Purushottama come around?
After 32 months.
After 32.
So it's approximately 3 years once. So basically, again, I'm just giving a number. The solar calendar, again, what we think is, completion of your revolution of Earth across the sun. But according to Vedic scriptures, we are not looking at this revolution, but we are looking at the constellation which is behind. So it doesn't mean that every 360 days, the same constellation that appears at the exact time. It can be 365.4, 362 or 361. Same thing happens with lunar. So though I mentioned 350 days, it can be 348 days or 352 days. So the different approximately is 11 days, 11.4 again it comes. So they tend to add this and make it near to 30 days. And whatever days that come would be considered as a Adhika Masa or Purushottama. Okay? So Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for being patient. So I request everybody to stand up now. We have a stand up art kirtan. So we will have a kirtan done, and afterwards we are going to offer tea lamps to the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.